Okay, so I think one more thing I want to touch on definitely is a big thing people talk about because of the bidding wars, right, that are happening. I have clients, I get them pre-approved, and then they're like, gosh, well, I'm bidding against three, four, five, six different people in
Mm,
North Carolina, in Atlanta, and so forth
yeah,
and so on, right? And you talked about like the key that potentially unlocks the door, right? Correct me if I'm wrong on this, is like,
sure.
let's say 4%. So I won't ask the question of, can we get to 4%? But what do you see as some of the big pillars that could get us to unlock some doors to inventory so it makes it easier on buyers?
Yeah, so inventory is only going to come a couple of different ways. If, again, these are all just ifs. If for some reason, Aaron, we jumped to 10% unemployment and we stayed there for a year, there would be supply coming. That's one. If you made it illegal for hedge funds or private equity or whatever to own more than 100 homes,
Mm,
you would get some forced selling. If you incented via the tax system, right? If you told mom and pop landlords, hey, we are going to waive your capital gains tax for 18 months if you sell homes, that would increase inventory. You've got to do something on that side to spark selling because right now they cash flow, they're keeping them, it doesn't matter. And then on the interest rate one, because that's always interesting, right? I think we've learned 7% stops demand, 6% brings demand back. But what happens to supply? I would ask all of you to do the math on your own, right? Let's assume you have a 3% mortgage and you want a nicer home. How much more of a payment would you take? Let's just do this real analogy, right? You're in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home today and your wife's pregnant. You need another home because everybody deserves their own room, right?
mhm.
Okay, great. So a fourth bedroom costs 100 grand. You don't care what 100 grand is, right? Because it's a mortgage payment. All right. So now you do the math. At 3%, you're paying, let's make up a number, 2,200. Now the fourth bedroom, which costs you an extra 100 grand, you're like, okay, great. So I go from 22 to 2,600. No, 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 no. Your interest rate was 3. Now it's 6.5. So
Right.
it's not the extra 100 grand that only goes up to 6.5. It's the entire loan. So your payment might go from, I forgot what I said already, 2,300 to like 4 grand. I promise you this. Most people, if that happened to you, would be like, honey, screw it. We're going to get bunk beds. They can live in the same room. That's
Yeah.
what happens. So I think the magic interest rate's 4.5. Could it be 5? Maybe. I think it's 4.5 if I had to pick a number. And I don't know that we ever get there again, but if you want to know the number that I think unlocks supply, it's 4.5.
And this is also borrowing a buy down, right? Because you've got sellers who would say, "Hey, we'll pay for your closing costs and or we'll pay for a buy down of your rate so your payment's lower." Right.
Yeah, exactly. Because again, I'm talking average, whatever the mortgage business daily. Because again, if you get average mortgage rates to 4.5, then you're getting people buying down into the threes, right? So again,
Right.
I think 4.5 is the magic number.
Okay.